Britain wants him out. Pakistan says he is Britain's problem. And at the center of the diplomatic standoff is Shabir Ahmed, a convicted child rapist who has already served 14 years in jail. He is the ringleader of the Rochdale gang, one of Britain's worst child grooming outfits targeting young British girls. UK's Foreign Secretary Yvette is threatening to impose visa sanctions against Pakistan. Islamabad says he was raised, groomed and spoiled in Britain and must be dealt with under British law. So why won't Pakistan take back its own citizen? What does this reveal about how Islamabad handles accountability? How often has Pakistan distanced itself from people and groups when they become an international liability? And what does this latest standoff reveal about accountability in South Asia? Let's break this down. Shabir Ahmed is 73 years old. In 2012, a British court convicted him of 30 child sexual abuse offences: rape, trafficking, sexual assault. He was the ringleader of a gang that abused vulnerable teenage girls, some as young as 13, in Rochdale and Oldham. He was sentenced to 22 years. He has served 14 of them. He was released from a Leeds prison on the 2nd of July, fitted with a GPS tag placed in monitored accommodation. His British citizenship was stripped while he was in prison. That leaves him, on paper, a Pakistani expat. Britain wants to send him back to where he belongs. But there's a legal snag. Ahmed arrived in Britain in the late 1960s. Under the Immigration Act of 1971, Commonwealth citizens who arrived before 1973 are protected from deportation. That law is now standing between Britain and the exit door it wants to use. Pakistan's response has been blunt. The Foreign Ministry bluntly said that Ahmed is Britain's problem entirely.
Is entirely an internal matter of the United Kingdom. The individual concerned is a British national who spent his entire adult life in the UK and was duly convicted by a British court for reprehensible offences committed on British soil. Any decision regarding his release, supervision, or future legal status fall exclusively within the jurisdiction of the competent British authorities and must be dealt with in accordance with the laws of the United Kingdom. Regardless of where he was born, the onus lies on where he grew up, was raised, groomed, and unfortunately spoiled.
In plain words, Britain made him this way. Britain should deal with the consequences. That's Islamabad's official line. Blame the country that housed him for 60 years, not the country whose passport he still legally holds. Britain is not backing down quietly. Foreign Secretary Yvette told a parliamentary committee that the government would consider all possible levers to force Pakistan's hand. She pointed to precedent. Visa sanctions had previously pushed the Democratic Republic of Congo, Namibia and Angola into accepting deportees they didn't want back. Cooper suggested Pakistan could face the same pressure. Her message was direct, and I quoted, "This individual should not be in the United Kingdom. He should be deported," unquote. But here's the twist. Even as this row plays out, Britain is set to hand Pakistan over £155 million in foreign aid over the next 3 years. Sanctions on one hand, aid on the other. That contradiction has not gone unnoticed. This dispute is not just about one man. Reports suggest Pakistan is quietly linking Ahmed's case to a separate list of demands. Islamabad wants Britain to extradite Pakistani dissidents living in the UK. Names like Altaf Hussain, the exiled founder of a Pakistani political movement, and other critics Islamabad accuses of anti-state propaganda. Britain has repeatedly refused those requests, citing free speech protections and human rights law. So, Pakistan's refusal to take back Ahmed is not happening in isolation. It looks like leverage. Britain wants a rapist removed. Pakistan wants dissidents silenced. Neither side is budging first. Here's the bigger picture. Pakistan has spent years positioning itself internationally as a defender of human rights, loudly raising Kashmir at every global forum, accusing India of rights violations without much evidence to back the claims. Yet here, when a convicted child rapist who legally remains a Pakistani citizen becomes an inconvenience, Islamabad's response is simple: not a problem. That's a pattern worth noting. Selective outrage abroad, zero accountability at home, for a country that positions itself as a moral voice on the world stage. Refusing responsibility for one of its own citizens undercuts that voice significantly. Britain's threat of visa sanctions may or may not work. Pakistan may or may not blink. But the optics are already damaging enough. A nation that demands the world listen to its grievances, refusing to listen when the world asks something of it. The case remains unresolved. Ahmed is out on license in Britain for now, and the standoff between London and Islamabad continues, watched closely far beyond just these two capitals.
If they had a nuclear weapon,
The old rules are breaking. Alliances are shifting.
Apologize again to the victims of the paedophile Jeffrey Epstein.
Wars are redrawing maps. Oil routes can shake economies overnight. One election in America can impact markets in Mumbai.
no tax on tips.
One move by China can alter the balance in Asia. One conflict in West Asia can hit every Indian household. This is no longer a distant story. This is our story. Your story. Because for the first time in decades, India is not watching from the sidelines. India is rising. India is negotiating. India is balancing rivals. India is building military strength. India is shaping trade routes. India is becoming central to the new global order. And yet, most global news is still told through someone else's lens. Washington's lens, Beijing's lens, London's lens. But where is India's lens? Where is the platform that explains the world from our perspective? Welcome to India's Axis, a new destination for geopolitics, strategy and power seen through India's eyes, from Neighborhood Watch to the biggest global stories that matter to you. Why tensions in the Taiwan Strait matter to India, how one move by China can affect India's security, what turmoil in Pakistan means for regional stability, how Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Nepal, and Bhutan shape India's neighborhood, why oil choke points can hit your wallet, how wars abroad can reshape India's security. This is not noise. This is not shouting. This is not recycled headlines. This is sharp, intelligent storytelling, daily explainers, war room analysis, strategic conversations, because news is everywhere. But perspective is rare, and in the age of confusion, clarity is power. Axis is for the audience that wants more than headlines. The axis of global power is shifting. India is at the center of that shift. It's time the world was explained accordingly, to understand the world through India's strategic lens. Subscribe now.